Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep, the show where we will finally use a big battle map. Very exciting. But before we jump into all that real technical stuff, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name is Lucas. I will be your GM for the evening. My pronouns are he, him. Ian.
Hi everybody, my name is Ian, my pronouns are he, they. I'll be playing Weary, the Artificer Tiefling, pronouns they, them. And I mean, last I remember, I only used a few spell slots, so we should be fine, probably.
Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. How do I do an intro again? I'm playing our favorite socially anxious godling druid, Alora, whose pronouns are they, them, and mine are she, they. And I'm scared.
That's the right attitude. Jess.
Hey there, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Glyph, the emotional automata rogue. Their pronouns are they, them, and they are ready to go.
That's the spirit. Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve, and I am playing TK37, the telekinetic goblin super soldier, and both our pronouns are she, her, and we're both always ready to rock.
This is fair. Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I'll be playing Gertalk, the simply superb Plumerian bard. We're both he, him, and yeah, things are good.
I feel like we could have done that I also like to party kind of thing. We're going around.
I too like to party.
I think we all sing.
Yeah. All right, so before we start all this off, our sound effects are from Sirenscape. I almost said Battle Bards. That's because I recorded an intro for something else. But yes, they are from Sirenscape. So if you want your place to sound like there is a water leak and water is pouring out of maybe your washroom, maybe it's just falling out like in your kitchen, you don't know. Just you want some sort of structural damage in your home to relax you, head on over to Sirenscape, where you too can experience the beauty of sound effects and ambience. We are also sponsored by Roll20. Roll20 has been super rad, giving us amazing gifts to give away, just like the giveaway I forgot to do last session, which I will be doing before we start this session, so don't you worry, we didn't forget. We did, but we didn't forget. So, we are good. Yeah, head on over to Roll20 to play your online games. It's fairly intuitive for most part, except for, honestly, the lighting could use a bit of a user's guide. But other than that, everything's pretty good. Check out Roll20, start up your game today. And speaking of the giveaway, so here we go. I had collected the names of people, so we have the Power Rangers. Very fantastical story about people given powers and then reusing actual clips from different countries' TV shows. So the winners are Shuli Shoes and Prince Nevermoon. Now, I don't know if you're here today, you two. That's okay if you're not, because I did forget. So I will reach out to these two individuals. You won yourself the core rulebook. Hell yeah. All right. Talking a lot, but I'm not done yet. Last time, Rise of Nyarlathotep. Our heroes had a lot happen actually in 2 hours. It was impressive. TK went, visited the Demigod of War and Destruction, had a great talk, found out that the counterpart to the Dark Blade, the Bright Blade, is being wielded by 4CK, other known as Ak. And this automata is being forced to use the Bright Blade, has tentacles going through its robotic frame that is forcing it to move. It defeated the undead demigod that was a giant stone spider in these caverns, and that's all you managed to see of that. There was a strange person wearing a gray suit with just slick back gray and black hair, And then you also learn that there was 3 other undead demigods that were still wandering around. There's a banded metal one in the desert, there's a 3-headed prophet in a massive library, and there's a massive ent that is pulling out of a tree in the side of a mountain. From there, TK got sent back, filled with go-go rage juice, killed a bunch of frog folk because Varkashka was pissed off that Kroken had the gall to touch their chosen. And then TK just trudged away, covered in mud. Alora woke up, decided great day to collect plants, went down to the forest floor with Swiftwing and collected plants and found a mud-covered TK, convinced her not to kill Swiftwing, and brought her back up. Meanwhile, Kratok learned that he just keeps falling up. He has missed work for a long time and somehow was knighted. And no longer is it just Kratok Prismwing, it is Sir Kratok Prismwing. And this managed to hold back a lot of the pressure from the Wardens in Fellstone and everyone who's trying to capture the Randos at the moment. It gave Kratok 2 weeks to make it to Plumeria's capital. And you also found out that Captain Shadespear just didn't feel right about this whole situation and had to let the Randos go because this felt like this was politically biased that was trying to hold the Randos, and the Wardens are supposed to be above politics. Randos took off, had a little stop by an archaeological site for some dwarven ruins, decided not today, and went more north, and then fought a bunch of dwarven 2.0s and saved 2 large goblinoid-like giants. I will enlarge the image of one of these so you can get a better picture, but they have no eyes, they have no nose, pointed ears here, and they stand around 8 feet tall. So that's where you all are now. There's these 2 that are looking very cautious. You just mentioned that you wanted to kill Rezmir, and the looks on their faces they seem confused. Like, it's like someone saying, I want to shove my hand in the fire.
That's because we do.
So you're staying there right now in this swamp. Just
I mean, we still know where the general direction of Rezmir. None of these Dwarvens got any loot on them, I'm assuming.
take a look.
Yeah, TK will kick one of them over.
Check their pockets.
Looking over the Dwarvens, you find weird collections of objects on them. Some have like tiny skulls. Some have like, broken twigs that they shoved in like little pockets that they had like strapped to them, a little bandolier. Some of them have whips on them that look like they're like spiked whips. And the odd like club, things like that. But because I never give you fun loot, because it's not often you just kill a bunch of random little mobs. So TK, go ahead and roll me percentile.
Percentile. Yeah. 62.
62. All right. So you're looking over the stuff here. We go down to 62. And you find a mirror on one of these Dwarvens. And when you're looking into this mirror, it feels good. Like it feels calming, if anything.
That's weird. She never feels that when she looks in a mirror.
Yeah, you're looking at yourself, one eye, one ear, scars for days, but you feel calm when you're looking in this mirror.
She looks up. She lifts up her moon glasses and kind of does like the selfies angle thing with it. Oh,
So Glyph had nat 20'd that Dwarven 2.0 that had spit acid on everyone. And after that, they just kind of dropped their bow and just kind of leaned against the tree for a second. And then they walk over to it and start kicking it, just like aggressively. And they're like, in between kicks, they're like, you were born to be sentient. Why would you throw that away? And they're just kicking it.
This takes me back to where was it that you were at? Enchantland. TK was kicking something really hard when you beat them.
Makes sense that you learned that behavior. Can't wait till you start yelling at me too.
So the
It's good reason.
And then
I
I
yell because I care.
just kicked it for a bit, and then I stop, and I kind of like shake my head. Okay. More of these creatures will be coming. They might have heard that horn. TK, if you're able to speak, are the goblinoids still here, or did they bail?
they're standing there.
Okay. TK, can you ask them if they know how many other Dwarvens are with Rezmir?
You too. How many more of these things are there?
There are a great many. They have a small encampment outside of the facility.
That's not good.
What facility?
The facility.
Okay.
Where is the facility?
Well, that's probably where we're going. Little Dwarvens just like flying around, sailing around the corpses of the Dwarvens, looking at them.
Wait, Forvin, you speak Goblin?
I speak all sorts of things.
That's fair. You are a creature of the Fae. Okay. Can you point us in the direction? And then Forvin, you can like make sure that it's the right direction, right?
Yeah, when you all ask them about like which direction the facility is, one of them, they raise their face towards the sky. They stomp down a few times and they point towards the north, and Orvin confirms that's where they're going.
PK, can you tell them that if they head several hours south, they will run into the wardens and they should be safe?
I'm sure that they will be safe because I'm pretty sure they might just get killed because
Right. The wardens
look at
might,
them.
yeah, see them and be like, oh, that's a threat. Which, in all fairness, we had to sit back and consider that they weren't a threat. And that worked out for us, but not work out for the wardens.
Where did you all come from?
Like you're asking that through TK?
Yeah, let's
no,
just.
I'm asking it to them themselves. I speak Goblin.
Oh, they're talking in giant.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah.
So when they're asked this, they stare at each other. We do not belong. In this space, we walk the void. You feel like the void. And they just point towards TK.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot. I don't think TK is actually going to relay that specific in bit. Yeah, they're saying they're not from here.
Is there a way we can get them back?
We're on a bit of a time crunch.
If they are not from the swamp, then they can head west towards the Warped Woods, which we do know is safe. They will just have to bypass all of the toad people. But they are tall and formidable. They should be able to handle toad people.
You know what? In all fairness, I think. Can we ask them where they want to go?
Or if they'll accompany us.
Oh, that might be good. We could have, well, no, I'd rather we be stealthy at least. Although west would be a good direction if they were to ask us for directions.
Yeah. So what do you ask them, TK?
What's next for y'all?
Home. We're going home.
Do you know how to get there?
It is just at the facility.
Okay, apparently there's a door to their house at the facility. So, I guess they're tagging along.
Of course Rezmir would have taken over their home. She is dastardly. We need to go.
All right. Let's get going.
We cannot go straight north because they will be heading towards us.
Who will?
The Dorvins that would have heard the alarm. If they are sending any kind of scout, we need to go east and
around.
What if we went back the way we came?
In the opposite direction of the way that we need to go.
We can go through the mine.
We don't know.
We don't know if the mine goes there.
But it is tantalizing. We're just like excited, like actually excited about the mine. But no, we have to focus.
But it's easy enough to congeal that like no one was there. That way they can't see us.
It is a good spot to hide out in if we need to run.
We would lose all high ground advantage, unfortunately.
I mean, yes, we'd be below ground, but like we would still be probably a little bit safer. At least all the stuff there, they can't hear us. We'd be far enough underground, it wouldn't be a problem.
We are about to go raid a place to fight someone very, very nasty. Safety is not really on the table.
That feels counterintuitive.
I mean, I'll be keeping all of you safe as much as I can with medicines and the like, but in terms of like existential safety, we probably don't have much of that in spades.
Speaking of which, I feel like Darkblade just kind of like mangled all my internal organs.
Oh, yeah, here. And I walk over and I take out a fluid that looks to be like almost like a brilliant green. And I'm going to go ahead and cast a handy dandy healing word. And that gets a bonus +4 because I'm an artificer. So that's going to be, you heal 10.
Nice. That's a 1 Darkblade usage.
Oh, that does remind me. And Glyph walks over to... Are you wearing Pesca, or is Pesca just hovering around?
No, Pesca's hovering. I didn't get to use her during the fight, but she's
yes,
around.
I just lean gently close to Pesca and I turn the volume way down on my voice and I say, Rezmir is going to turn my friends into squids and I'm going to have to kill them.
Yeah,
and I say that to the nightmare fish.
You're looking at this fish and it's like all sound just kind of starts leaving the area as you're just staring in these eyes, and the eyes, like the scribbles are like just growing, and then you just kind of snap yourself out of it looking around.
Did you just charge my fish?
Yes. And I pat Pesca. Don't worry about it.
Cool, I'll remember to use that next fight.
I'm also healing. Yeah. I'm like putting mud on my scratches and stuff, and that gives me
rub some dirt on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Put a dirt on it.
And then I don't know how you would want to do this, but like I don't feel like I would use a lot. But it is 19, so I don't know if I could like split that healing total or just do it the same to TK because I know she's still kind of bloody.
I mean it's
one of my coat jars.
Oh, that's just one. That's like a single use spell, like a single person.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to use a new one on TK if you wanted to. Heal
okay,
TK.
I'll do that. I'll do that then too. That works.
Okay.
Why? I don't know if y'all heard that.
It sounded like a ghost.
Fits.
This was sort of ghouly.
There's ghosts from cars in here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
There was a ghost in the Cars movie?
5, die.
There should be.
I'm going ghost.
13
What are we talking
one.
about?
Okay, and I'll also give another jar to TK, and that's 15 points.
Ooh.
Like
Wow.
here, you got some nasty looking bruises over on that. side.
Yeah, she's got a decent amount of acid burns right
Yeah.
now.
Oh no.
Well, this
But
is
that takes her
healing.
up to full.
Nice.
So very, very soothing.
If we're just about ready to go, Forvin did a pretty good job of avoiding foes earlier. Why don't we
Yeah.
just follow Forvin north again?
All right, lead the way, Forvin.
Pressure's on.
Not in a pressure kind of way. Just you've done very well for the team.
So Forvin just lifts off this Forvin or this Dwarven 2.0 corpse and just like sails into the air, little sparkles, leaving their bat wings. As they just start like taking off, you see that the two large creatures have already just left. They kind of left while you were all talking, and they didn't see any point sticking around. And so you leave the corpses of Dwarvens. Traveling through, you're getting taken a little bit off the beaten path, so it is getting tricky with the cart that you have, the wagon. Somebody roll me a survival check. Also accept nature.
I'll do it. Oh, that's a 19.
Oh,
I rolled a 9 on survival.
25 on nature.
oh, I love that.
Glyph is not here for this swamp terrain.
I'm druid.
Oh, hey, I got a 19 on survival.
Wait, were we all supposed to roll? I thought you
I
just
mean,
said
if you
one
want.
person. I'm good.
We're all just
why would I-
like sitting there like pointing things out like, nah, what happened to that pole?
Yeah,
We're all just
taking
out here
out like
surviving, okay.
Weary set the spider horse to just go and is sketching an arm for TK while
How
everyone
is-
is like looking at plants.
How is anyone supposed to get past all of these plant roots? This is very inconvenient.
Since
Step
We have
Glyph,
frames in here.
Glyph is just made out of metal, and so Glyph just keeps sinking in the mud.
So heavy.
So you're actually managing to navigate a lot of the areas. It is taking a little bit longer. As you're getting closer and closer to the facility, you notice that there is a fog rolling in. And it starts off not that bad, just things in the very far distance are a little hard to see. But as you're going closer and closer to the facility, it feels like the temperature is starting to drop a little bit, and this fog is getting thicker in the air. And it's getting to the point where you are seeing maybe 15, 20 feet ahead of you.
I think we should stash the cart. Go on foot.
I agree. We should probably stick to being quiet with this kind of visibility.
You say that as I have already swung my staff into the ground to scoop it out and cast mold earth and be like, why?
What are you? Where are you? There's just a hole. There's just a hole in the ground. What is that for?
So I just basically dug out like a small little like trench path, and I'm like, I can just keep doing this all day.
No, but why? I don't understand. You're going like to the left. We have to go forward. Well, you know what? That might be good if we have to run and I have to hide in cover, and then fire off pesca bolts from there.
Take to the
You leaving
trenches.
Yeah,
Are we leaving the spider horses? They are very self-sufficient.
that's true.
Hey, I think we should. I don't want to risk losing any.
Yeah, they've been pretty good about surviving every situation we've been in because they aren't around.
That is key.
So let's. I love the little god voice telling us if you want your spider horses to not die, you should take them into the die hole.
Thanks, God.
The die hole.
When you
There's
avoid
other words you could have called that.
It's the die hole.
when you avoid danger, you are often not in danger.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure Big D, the spider horse, is feed him a dried biscuit, tap his little head.
How high can spider horses jump?
It's probably around the same as a regular horse. The thing about spider horses is they're a lot better at navigating difficult terrain, because they have so many hooves. and so like they're able to go over a lot of things that would normally trip up a horse.
I'll use the earth that I moved to make like a pen to kind of just contain
the spider horses and
the spider horses a little bit.
the wagon.
Which they could easily leave if they wanted to.
Right, it's like that, like the Minecraft fences that the horses can just jump out of, but you can't.
No, I made it.
You made a chest high. It's a chest high wall.
I made it 3 meters high.
It's
Because
a
apparently a
double high
regular
fence.
horse can jump 2.47 meters.
Oh wow,
So I made it 3 meters high.
That's science.
tall earth wall. Yeah,
I'm
cool.
just
You
gonna,
cannot
like,
see over this. This is a well. The good thing is it's really heavy fog, so most people won't see this traveling around unless they come right up to it.
Like, that's a weird pile of dirt.
It's like
Inside
a
it-
tower. Like in as
Not
we call
weird.
it in American numbers, it would be like 9 feet.
In all fairness, if I were a traveler in a swampish area in fog and I ran into a dirt hill filled with spider horses, I would simply not go inside.
I'd leave. I'd assume like this must be a nest.
Yeah,
Gotta
this
leave.
must
They are
be-
carnivores.
Yeah, so let's just leave them in their cool dirt igloo and.
TK's gonna give Bubbles a pet and say, "Alright, you stay here.
Oh,
Stay. Protect the horses."
Ribbit.
As you've acknowledged, Bubbles, that means that Bubbles immediately follows you as you start walking away, right on your heels. Like you know they're there. You can hear the tail just like wagging back and forth, and you turn around and they're right there, and they immediately sit down. They got this dopey look on their face,
No. Stay.
and they
You need to be a hero.
crouch and they're kind of like jumping around you, and they're trying to play.
Glyph walks up and is standing very straight and makes the whistle noise. And is like, Bubbles, we need you to stay here and guard the horses and be a very good boy. And I will animal handle. I love that Bubbles listens to me. Oh my goodness. 16 plus 6.
Just a solid huff from Bubbles as they just turn around, and every so often they turn their large frog-like head towards TK like, you could just tell me to come along. And then they see like TK just looking stern, and then they just keep walking. Turn around, keep walking.
To teach me how you do that.
It's all in the tone.
I don't want to be mean.
You come back and the bedrolls are all just ripped up. And
oh no!
It's not, I wouldn't say it's about meanness, it's about confidence.
all right, so your spider horses are taken care of. The mud fort is set up, and the dog is put away. So,
Great training our animal.
yeah, you are
We're
ready.
going to baby jail.
You're ready for adventure. All right, well, let's get going. You're trudging through this mud because you're off the beaten path. And everyone roll me perception checks.
Oh no.
Perception.
Filthy
Yep.
20.
That's a 9.
That's a 23.
24.
Well, I guess I have to go to the map as well.
It's an 11.
Breathed in an ice cube. Are you okay?
Breathed in an
Jess?
ice cube.
Oh no!
I'm okay now.
All right. So everyone who got above a 15,
Ooh,
we're now at the map.
I can see it.
You find a way to like navigate more onto like a solid path, and before you really start trudging in, you notice right away off towards your right there are some constructed walls. They look like they're made of reeds and like some felled trees, mud, that kind of thing.
think we might be here. And I keep my voice down. We should, if we're meaning to sneak in and at least get some sort of drop on them, we should probably quietly approach.
Well, to be honest, I expected something less rudimentary when they said a facility.
There might be more further in. This might just be for the frogs.
You make a good point.
I do an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Something feels wrong. Mostly because I think I know that you made it, but I got a 14.
What are you looking for exactly?
Just sort of checking. I can if I can feel anything off, like nature-wise, I suppose. If there's something like in the ground or in the bushes, if I can find it there.
You're kind of reaching out, trying to get a sense of the land and try to feel like if there's any kind of magics, whether divine or arcane, that are filtering through here. But everything seems natural from where you are. Like, even the fog itself is simply occurring because of the temperature change and high humidity. And so the fog just naturally is rolling on in. So everything seems right.
I want you to take the lead on this.
Yes.
I'm gonna go low and slow.
If I encounter danger or you need to flee, I will make some kind of bird noise.
Everyone just looks over at Katak.
Glyph also looked at Katak because didn't know how to say that. Because Glyph doesn't know types of birds.
I sorry, I'm just a little frazzled. I'm going to go ahead before we go in there and record this. And I take out one of my little clay tablets, my little clay jars. Actually, I'm going to use the jar, and I'm going to use my little artificer's magic tricks sort of ability, and I'm going to record a sound that sounds like it's probably just gonna be Weary going "Oh my goodness, what a discovery!" And it's something really loud and obvious. And so whenever I use it, it'll play that recorded message. So in case I need to make a distraction, I can throw a rock that sounds like me, or I can have Pesca drop the rock somewhere so that it leads people away.
That's smart.
Nice.
All right, I will go first. Stealth. I will disappear into the fog for a 23.
Alrighty, so feel free to move your little figure as you please. I know it's probably a little bit harder on the stream to see. I'll try zooming in a bit more. The map is so big, that's why the characters are so small. Oh, I didn't mean to go over there. So yeah, feel free to move your characters around wherever they go, and Glyph wherever you would stealth towards. I believe you're moving Weary.
Also, Lucas, hold up. There's stuff on the stream that we can see that we can't see on our map, so...
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really do much about that, because it's just the GM view.
Oh, there we
stream
are. There we
snipers
are.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I will simply...
Did I move
Hold up.
Weary? I didn't mean to.
No, that was me. I was testing it. I'm having some connection issues.
So Glyph
Okay.
is here.
I do quickly. As I pass by TK, I kind of stop and I turn the volume down very low on my voice. And just very quickly I say, the agents of the Cult of Chaos were able to control another automata. Please do not let them do that to me.
Ever.
Okay. And I will keep going. I just kind of nod. Okay.
It does the nod back. A very, very, very stern look on her face. You know she wouldn't let that happen.
Thank you. Okay.
Solidarity.
Yes. Is it gonna? Yeah, it's gonna light up.
Yeah, whenever you drop the character,
Let's-
the light will happen.
Oh, okay. Love that
Alright.
my internet is lagging.
Always good.
Always good.
So as you're traveling forward more and more, you're seeing this well-beaten path. Is like even along the water's edge, there's little canoes here and there that you're seeing that have just been sort of drug up onto shore. Some canoes are very small. Some canoes are very, very large.
Yeah, I very quietly, stealthily, I just keep going around until I find, I guess, like the entrance. I think I just found
Yeah.
part of it. Yeah.
All right. So as you walk into this area, I'll just give you a description. You see there are these large buildings that are set up that are too big for regular sized folk to be living in there like yourself. You're thinking this is probably where a lot of the gas are. Well, that's what they are. They're gas are located. The large goblin-like creatures, and this is probably where they're staying. The huts themselves are made out of a lot of reeds and mud, just local materials, some stone. And as you're coming up to this other area, you see there is what appears to be the wall of a very large, old-looking facility. It looks like they've been trying to build stone around it to prop it up. Stone, wood, pretty much anything they can find. So down here, there's this entrance to this facility, and they have been really trying to build it back up. But you do notice underneath all the additional materials, there is this like metal plating that is making up the building, though it's quite rusted. And you see in faded words over one of the sides there, it says facility, and then it looks like a part of the wall had fallen off.
Can I survival check to see, like, are there Dwarven tracks or wagon tracks, or have people been coming and going?
Definitely.
I rolled really bad. That's an 8.
Alrighty. So you are looking. There are so many tracks. There are a lot of wagon tracks for sure. You do see that more towards where these longhouses are set up. You do see there are a few wagons that are just kind of discarded off to the side, but they are empty. And a lot of this large facility, it looks like it's just completely surrounded by the waters of the swamp. A lot of the tracks in this area, specifically around the longhouses, look to be those large creatures. And more towards the entrance of this gate, there are a lot of other, like, smaller three-toed footprints everywhere. The odd boot print of what appears to be a medium-sized humanoid. And the gate itself here, it's just like a wooden gate that's been set up. So it doesn't look terribly sturdy. It looks like it's definitely had some issues with the weather itself. But you can go ahead and if you want to try to open it or anything like that, feel free. But that's basically what you see.
Yeah. Are the walls, is there like a roof, or are they just like walls?
There is a roof. Yeah. It's just so you can see inside.
Okay. I want to try to find either a hole in the wall or a crack in the door. I don't want to open the door.
Yeah, make me an investigation check.
That is a 13.
Okay. The place has been sealed up pretty good, so you don't manage to find any kind of like thing that you can poke through or peek through. You can kind of hear inside there. There is some chatter, but you don't understand it. It's too muffled.
Okay. All right, so there's definitely people in there. I want to keep going. What's over here?
This is all water, so it's like a deep.
Oh, I'm not
moat.
in. Oh, okay, I'm in the water.
So you like surrounding the facility is this very deep moat. Every so often you can watch as like the water sort of moves, like something just kind of darts underneath it.
It's probably toad people. Okay, I want to avoid the water. Facility. Okay, I want to go back and I want to see. Oh, wait, where are y'all? Oh, I thought y'all were still way over there. Yeah, I was basically going to see if there's another way in. I was going to go around the side.
Okay. I will jump over to the rest of the group as they are sort of meandering down here. So the rest of you kind of come a little bit closer to like to peer into this penned area, and you find these smaller huts. These huts are mostly made out of mud, and it looks like the whole area is just thick, deep mud. Is everyone stealthing when they're moving, or are you all just kind of...
I would like to stealth.
So go ahead and roll me that.
Let's see. That is a...
I got a 19.
13.
14.
All right.
So I'm really middle of the board there.
Yeah.
Cliff can hear y'all stomping in the underbrush.
That's just because
No,
Cliff's
it's
really
fine.
good at noticing stuff. We're doing great.
For our sake, yeah.
Yeah.
So
TK's natural stealthing environment is caves.
Oh,
So all this mud's kind of hard for
the
her.
hecky is that?
So, Alora, as you and Weary come over to this area, you see
no.
there are a number of these very large lizards,
Oh.
but they're all undead,
Oh.
as they're just sort of traipsing mindlessly, walking back and forth. Inside this area, as you're seeing these lizards meander, there is a little Forvin that's just running around, screaming at them, throwing mud at them, jumping around, and you don't understand what it's saying, but it just keeps yelling at these massive undead lizards that aren't listening to it.
Hmm.
It's like part of the election cycle.
Yeah. Maybe we leave it be for now? Unless you want to do something to the Forvin or the lizards.
I can't think of anything that would work that I could do. Can you do anything?
Nothing that would specifically allow us to deal with a bunch of undead lizards without letting everybody know.
Yeah.
We leave it be for now, I guess.
Probably best. Let's go back and tell TK and Kratok.
Right.
TK and Kratok, you are standing more towards where all these little mud huts are. You're seeing a lot of Dorvins are just kind of piling out of it, just like kind of yelling at each other. And TK, what did you get for stealth? And Kratok?
Oh, I got a 13.
I got a 19.
Right. So you see they're looking at each other, and like some of them are like slapping at one another, screaming. A few are like jumping on their houses and like punching at them. Just really weird, erratic behavior. And then one of them just makes dead eye contact with you, TK.
Son of a bitch.
Oh! No! No!
TK does not move.
What are you?
She's not blinking, just staring straight ahead at it.
It's just it takes its claws into its head and starts screaming as it's standing on, just looking at you, just no, no. As more of these creatures are coming towards to see what's happening, and they look just equally concerned and confused. They're looking at TK and being like, no, 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 no! You cannot be here! You cannot be here! Disgusting! There's a person in there! It's a personality! It's got self! No!
TK just goes, no, there's not.
Roll me initiative.
Damn it.
Bluff check.
We had
Oh,
a
shit.
chance. We had a chance.
14.
No, we didn't.
We had a chance.
Every fucking time I roll initiative, I roll shit.
Not 20, baby.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Am I part of this initiative roll? Because I'm way over there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
and
boy.
What's over here?
Boy.
Oh boy, it's party time.
That's fine. I have a plan.
I
Glad
choose
one of
Sort
us
of.
does.
I got a dirty 20 initiative, so
I got a
All right.
23.
I got an 18.
I found my book. Here it is.
Yeah, this is what I get for being so pasty and wearing bright white glasses.
we're not a stealth party. It's fine.
TK's not known
TK's
for
good
stealth.
at stealth, actually. She's got a 6 in it.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I just rolled shit. I rolled a 7.
All right, I'm gonna go around the table and get everyone's initiatives. Weary.
That is a 23.
Ooh. Kratok.
14.
Alora.
18.
Glyph.
20.
TK.
That would be a 9.
What
Wait
do
a minute.
these wonderful creatures?
TK. No, wait. I shouldn't waste it.
We
I'm going to use it for later. I have a reaction ability that might be helpful to people if they're near me.
we start off with Weary. So Weary, you see all these Dwarven 2.0s are screaming that there is a personality inside the husk, and that they're like, you have individuality, you have thoughts, no. And they're just screaming, and they're starting to build themselves in this fervor. Some of them are like slapping themselves, scratching at themselves, and their eyes are just going wild.
So they're just doing damage to themselves. Good, that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Unless they
Encourage it. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna start screaming about my personality.
Unless they have a rage mechanic, in which case we might be in for a bad time. So this is kind of a choke point, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Weary steps forward and takes out like a little like mechanical, or not mechanical, like a little earthenware doll that sort of looks like a TK, but with like angry eyebrows.
So it looks exactly like TK.
Yeah, it looks like TK. Looks like TK with no change. And Weary pours that like that flask that has like several warning labels and a bunch of like danger things into the angry TK jar and just flings it like a frisbee and casts flaming spear from it. So when it lands, all the limbs have little holes on them in which fire just starts to shoot out, and it starts to spin into a little circle, and it creates a little dancing fiery TK. And I'm just gonna do it plop it right in the middle of all 6 of them.
I love that. That's really creative. All right. What kind of save do they have to do?
It's a dex save. And because I'm using fire damage, it deals an additional 4 damage because my alchemy ability.
Ooh.
So I'm going to deal 14 damage if they succeed, and then 7 if they fail. And it is a movable ability, so if you can give me a little fireball that I can control.
Oh, yes. I definitely
Just
shall.
scribble a ball.
I don't. Well, I
no,
won't be
you
able
don't
to
move it, so.
Yeah.
You can move your doodles.
Oh, they give me a hard time on mine because my mouse is really funky with Roll20 these days.
Get good.
Yeah, I need a new mouse.
Jesus. Let's see. Ooh, I like this.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a little dancing fire
Is it
goblin.
5 square or bigger?
Yep, it's just 5 feet across.
Okay, so like there.
Yeah, you just got to give me control of it, and then I can move it.
Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I'm gonna.
All this roll 20 stuff. Controlled by all players.
Nice. There we go.
Look at us go.
And I plopped it down right. Well, actually, at the choke point. So right here. So it basically hits everything 5 feet away, like in a range of 5 feet around it.
Nice. All right, so
I'll give it a
dexterity.
little 5 feet aura. Yep, dexterity.
They got 14.
Cool. That fails because my save is 15. Yes, my save is 15. Yes, my save is 15. So they take the full 14 damage.
Ooh. They start screaming in pain as they're all just caught up in this fire. Their eyes are wide, and it's always unnerving because their eyes are very human looking. Like the rest of them is so strange and like an abomination. Like there are like tentacles coming out of their backs, their faces, their skin's all purpley and warty and everything, and they're hunched over like a raptor. But these eyes, it's just these human eyes staring at you.
Oh, I'm not done. I'm going to use my bonus action to use my telekinetic shove and pull another Dwarven into the fireball.
Okay.
So that's a strength save on their part, and if they fail, they have to make a dex save because I'm going to pull them towards me, which is into the fireball.
I got a 12.
Oh yeah, that's a failure.
And
So yeah,
for
just pull it
dex-
5 feet towards me, doing the little like TK mind move pose.
So for a dex, they got a 20.
Oh, they succeed, so they only take 7.
So they scream out in pain, but they manage to kind of roll towards the reed hut and push themselves into some of the mud. As the mud is quickly baking into this ground, like solidifying.
Cool. All right. And I turn to TK and Kratok. That should buy us a little bit of time from being swarmed. I'm assuming that there's more coming. Me and Alora saw some lizards and a Dwarven. They're undead lizards. They might come behind us, so we should definitely try to avoid getting pinched in between those two groups. And then Weary is going to use the last bit of their movement to go behind Kratok and TK.
It goes from Weary to Glyph. Glyph, you can hear a copious amount of screaming and shouting and all sorts of good stuff that generally follows the randos wherever you go.
Yeah, and Glyph doesn't have any lungs. Glyph can't really sigh, but they're just like, all right. And okay, so this opening in front of me, is it like an actual gate or a door?
It's like a large double doors.
Okay, does it have like handles or hooks?
Yeah,
something?
it has like 2 rings that you can pull.
Okay, I need to grab like the biggest stick I can find, and I want to pull out my rope, and I'm just gonna jerry rig like a lock.
Okay.
It's not gonna be great, but I need to slow whatever's in there down.
Nice.
This is one way to clear out the castle, is just pull them all out. Go ahead and roll me first an investigation to find something that'll work. And
Oh god, of course I get a nat 20 to find a stick.
you find the perfect. You actually find like a large metal bar that you can
Ooh.
put in there.
And it's just right.
So you're
This'll work.
you're getting this set up, and you're quickly taking out your rope, and go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
But come on, I'm pretty good at that. Yeah, that's a 19. Thank you, Steampunk D20. Yeah, I hear the screaming and the fire and the yelling, and I'm like, all right, let's slow this down a little.
And you can now hear them as there are things on the other side as the door starts like just battering on its hinges. There's things that are screaming.
Okay, how much of my action did that take?
That was
Probably
definitely
all of
your full action. Yeah.
Okay, can I still move?
You were there, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can move 5 feet.
Actually, I can cunning action.
Oh yeah, your bonus
and,
action. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do some rogue stuff.
So yeah,
and
5 feet of your normal movement, and then whatever of your rogue.
30. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'm like, whoop.
So
and
Go ahead.
Oh, and I do make the generic bird sound just to let them know that I'm coming.
Glyph is guy.
Everyone roll me perception checks as you're dealing with all these people screaming on fire.
There, I finally rolled something good. That'll be a 23.
Hey, same.
Wow.
Glyph needs help.
What'd you
I
get,
got a
Kerchuk?
4. I
Kerchuk.
refuse to acknowledge other bird sounds. So.
The talk is very offended.
Somebody just
Nothing
said
generic
something
about
bad.
Yeah, Glyph just cussed you out.
I said something very uncouth.
Just said poop really loud.
So you just hear like this loon call. It's very unique. So yeah, you hear this bird call, and the two of you just immediately turn towards where Glyph is, further in front of the facility, and then you turn back to like all the screaming. So definitely, Glyph is on the way. From Glyph, we go to Alora.
I am going. How far can I see?
Pretty much everything that's lit up right now, you can see.
I meant like range wise. Like, does that still count?
Yeah, like you have an idea. Like you can see, like some things in here. The further it
Okay.
gets, the harder it is to see. But like you can.
Okay. So if I were to cast towards like the fireball, would I
Yeah.
be able to see that, or like a little bit?
Yeah,
in
you
front
can
of it?
definitely see the flaming sphere because it's a giant ball of moving flames. So
Okay,
it's,
cool.
easy to see.
I'm going to just slam my staff down and cast Erupting Earth and hope I can just sort of like a volcano wall off the Forvins in that little chamber.
Oh, you want to kind of trap?
Yeah,
them with
I'm
the
just gonna
sphere?
block them off, but like in front of the fire. So if they try to come towards us, they burn.
Okay. All right. So that was, you said Wall of Earth.
Erupting Earth.
Oh, Erupting Earth. What do they have to do? Do they have to make any saves?
It is a 20-foot cube centered on that point, so each creature in the area must make a dex throw.
All right, so all of them.
Mm-hmm. So DC 12.
17.
Maybe. Now your dice like you.
Hey, one of the Dorvins passed the dexterity before.
That's a 10. Where's my 12? Where is my 12? Oh, there you are. Okay. So, and half as much. Okay, so 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 11 is 21 divided by 2. 10?
10 damage.
We round up. Yeah, so 10 damage for each.
All
And then
right.
the ground in the area is difficult terrain until cleared, and it takes at least 1 minute to clear by hand for each
So,
5-foot square.
most of the Dorvins just straight up, like the ground erupts and explodes. Shrapnel of this now cooked mud just blows up, stabbing into them as they scream, and some of them are pulling themselves into the fire, the sweet release. The two that are furthest away that aren't touched by the flames at all are just they're still up, but they are definitely wounded as they're looking at one another. And it goes from Alora to Kratok.
So there's just a big block in front of us now, basically.
Well, it's like rough terrain. Think of it like the whole ground like exploded, and so it's just like the ground is
Spiky and
big,
uncomfortable and muddy.
poorly tilled.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just Eldritch Blast this closest one here. Oops.
Alrighty.
Everything centered on here. And that'll be an 18 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
For 3 points of damage.
So you clip this. You said 3, right?
Yeah.
So you clip this Forvin as they're looking around, going, "Oh, there's so many it just like slaps it across the face. It's like one of its tentacles just rips right off, flying off to the side. We go from Kritark, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all for now.
Okay, so we go to TK.
Yeah, I think TK's just gonna do a little brain blast at this here farthest one out.
Okay.
No need to get fancy. They're just dwarvens.
Fair.
I got fancy. That's nat 20.
Okay. Your first damage die is maxed out, and then roll your second.
So with this thing, with our last level up, I upgraded the damage of this. It's now a 2d10, so that's 20 damage plus 5. So 25.
So you point a finger towards this dwarven, and they stare at you. You stare at it, and there's this moment of like the high-pitched ringing, and then it just explodes everywhere.
It just like looks at her hand. I didn't know I could do that.
So you look, and you can start hearing the sounds of like this guttural hissing as there is just a wave of these giant lizards that are now pouring out of the pen. So they have a speed. All right, nice. That's actually pretty good.
Damn.
Evil.
I was hoping we would have had time to hide before they came out.
They're gonna try to just ram down the gate. The walls are more of like, an incentive to stay in, but how do you stop that which does not feel? They start crashing through this poorly constructed wall. You can hear one of the dwarvens in there going like, Why is everything always ruined? As they go through, clearly destroying this dwarven's handiwork. You see these creatures are fairly large. They're at least like 8 or 9 feet long, and parts of them are falling off as they're snapping towards all of you. There's a strange black ichor that is leaking out of their mouths, and I need the 4 of you to make me dexterity saving throws.
Yes.
21.
Oh wait, no, that's right.
Oops.
Good. I'm I fucking like these boots.
So
Those crab boots.
I got a not great number.
Hmm.
So I got a 7, but
Nice.
I'm gonna see. Well, 'cause if I add 4 to it, that's still an 11. That doesn't guarantee anything. Because I have an ability as an artificer where I can get a flash of genius as a reaction to saving throws or ability checks, or my allies' saving throws or ability checks. But I don't think a flash of genius is gonna help me out with a 7. So I'll take it.
Anyone that got below a 15
Yeah. No.
I got
takes
24.
you take 9 points of acid damage as all these lizards just erupt. This just spew of like this black putrid acid just hits all of you. Those of you who succeeded, you only take 4. Oh, I'm sorry, 5. We round up in this game. Go big or go home.
Ooh.
So this acid sprays out, hits down on the ground starts hissing, these creatures are moving forward, the Forvin is screaming in the background. Meanwhile, Glyph, you hear a lot of these creatures just hanging on this wall as you see like the door is starting to creak and break, because remember when I described it, it had not been treated very kind from the weather, so it wasn't very good to start off with. As this door starts creaking, you can hear someone on the other side. What the hell is going on out there?
Oh.
Great.
Oh, hey,
sorry.
it's Rezmir. We said canonically looks like the decaying corpse of Tilda Swinton. That
She
was
does.
many episodes ago.
So that
She's
was right
rough.
near the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we go from their go as they are breaking down the door, and it goes back up to Weary.
All right. We're going to telekinetically pick up the spinning, dancing goblin fireball and swing it. This is just part of the spell, but I'm adding the flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
And smacking it into these two lizards. So they need to
Nice.
give me dex saves, and that's a bonus action.
Don't you worry. We all know undead are fantastic at dex saving throws.
I mean, if they weren't good at it before, I was
They got
also
a
going to throw
4.
grease on them. Okay, so they're not doing great. Oh, that's the wrong
The
thing.
-2 really doesn't help.
Oh, that's rough. Thankfully, the flaming sphere damage isn't super high. With my alchemist bonus, it goes up to a 12.
12. So these lizards just start burning.
Alright,
You
and then-
see, you burn away a fair amount of them. Some of them start just like, like the two that you hit, they start just like buckling down. Maybe like one of the legs cracks and snaps
Ooh.
off. The lower jaw of one is starting to sag a little bit. And you can just smell something real bad in the air as you're cooking
they-
these.
These shoot acid. Do I get the vibe that they might be resistant to acid?
That's generally how nature works.
Oh, you're right. Fair. Oh man, that cuts me off from so many of my abilities. All right, so instead of throwing acid, which will simply wash off of them, even though it's two enemies next to each other, it's perfect for acid splash. I'm instead going to use my full action to take out my recharging spell ring and activate it to give myself back a second level spell slot.
Nice.
And then I'm going to, so I'm back. So it's like I didn't do anything, and I get to keep my flame sphere.
Is that a cool
gonna-
thing that I gave you, or is this thing you built?
That's an artificer thing. Right
Oh,
now
like
I
that a
have
lot.
my infusions are Pesca and the spell ring, and I know there's a third thing, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Oh, and my enhanced arcane focus. So that's the like Pesca arm cannon thing
I
that I use to cast spells. So yeah, I'm gonna back it up and stay behind like all the difficult terrain and fireball that I have created.
So Weary, you get the hell out of Dodge, and we go over to Glyph. Glyph, you are moving away from the door very quickly. You can see that, like even from where you're at, you see that the wood is splintered. The hinges are buckling. The door, you definitely bought time from instead of everything just pouring out, but the door isn't going to last very long.
Okay. I hear Rezmir's voice, and it's like Kill Bill sirens. I'm like, okay. So I want to. I'm here. They are conceivably here. I don't know. Come on, roll 20.
They're somewhere in there.
Yeah. It's not letting me do anything. Yeah, I want to pull out my phase bow, and I know I'll be at disadvantage because I don't actually know where they are. But I pull out the bow and I want to pull it up, and I'm basically shooting up over through the roof into the opening where I know everyone is gathered.
So you're
It's more to
You're-
cause a ruckus than
okay.
to
So like
hit them.
you're shooting into like the facility.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Beam. Okay, that's an 11.
So you pull back this energy string that's just humming on this phase bow as you feel it activate, firing off this beam of light. It passes through the wall, and you hear a lot of like surprised gasps, shrieks, and someone in there going, "Well, it looks like we're dealing with someone a little more interesting."
Oh, and I wanted it to come through the roof so they don't know where I am.
Okay, yeah, then it just arcs and goes
So
down.
it just comes down onto them. Okay, and then I'm gonna move. I am gonna use my cunning action again, and I'm just like, whoop, and I can move 60 feet, so that's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have to cross this water.
The water
so
will be
we'll see what
half
happens.
movement.
Oh, okay, so that's 10. Oh no, I can only get like here.
Oh, thankfully you don't breathe. So you can just go into the water.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want to get like past it.
You're a rogue, right?
Wait, that's right. It's halfway.
Yeah, can't you double your movement?
Yes, but I did, so that's
Oh.
like 30, and then
And then, so yeah, you can go. Yeah.
So,
so I can only get like right here.
Oh, okay. So if you double it up, you'd only get to around.
Yeah, I only
Here.
get like right.
Okay, so you'd
Here.
still cross the stream.
Yes, if nothing else happens.
Ooh.
So you quickly run, and then right when you hit the water, it's just slogging through it. It's about
Ugh.
chest deep, and
Ugh.
you come up to the other side. There's LJ and like all sorts of things just sticking to you. You smell. You're guessing.
I'm
Your
full of
senses
water.
are telling you do. And yeah, water is draining out of you, and you see your companions are all just engaged with a number of these undead lizards and 2 Forvins that are shrieking and screaming.
Okay, cool.
From Glyph, it goes to Alora.
I'm gonna like lasso swing my staff, and kind of just keep it up high as I do that. So just kind of like swirl it up, kind of like a tornado funnel, and do 4th level call lightning.
Ooh,
Zappy!
that's a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, DC 12.
Let me use my good d20.
No, you don't. No, no.
Oh, it's not here. What?
Ha!
Use another one then.
I
I got 12 on the dice. Look at that. Would you look
Okay.
at that?
Whatever, you're still gonna take a lot of damage.
Look at us.
So I got 9 plus 5 is
14.
Thank you. I'm not good at 5s for some reason. If it's past 7, I forget what they are. 14 plus the other 8 is 22.
So 22
then,
halved.
right? And then, well, because it's 4th level, I have 1 more, so then it's
nice.
Plus another d10 gives me 7. So 29 divided by 2.
All right,
That's
so that'll
math I
be
can't do.
15.
Yes.
So where did you strike down?
It 60-foot radius from where I cast it.
You can hit pretty much any of them.
Basically here.
All right, so you want to strike down this lizard here.
Yeah.
Is it like when it hits? Is it like an area effect or is it a single target?
It's a 10-foot tall, storm cloud with a 60-foot radius.
But each lightning bolt, I think, only targets one person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you fry one of the lizards that Weary was working on, and
Nice.
it just explodes into bones and partially cooked old meat, and just like there's acid just leaks down onto the ground and starts sizzling. Some of it splatters onto the other lizards, and much to Weary's not surprise, it just washes off of them.
Oh, here we
there
go.
we go.
Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dex throw.
Oh, okay, so it would be both of them.
Failed.
So
29.
Also fried.
Also fricasseed.
Oh no! Nice.
All right, 2 of the lizards sizzled away. Are we just gonna drag the whole castle out here? Maybe. And then you just stroll through the facility.
We decide the terms now.
That's right.
I mean, they could always opt to fortify instead of rushing us.
Well, I
Did
guess
That's on them if
Did
they
you
want to
see-
leave the safety of their secured area.
well, they don't know how much of a threat we are yet, so they might go outside and see us, controlling the elements, and be like, maybe we go inside for this one, boys.
Also, did you see the people that you first encountered? They were scratching themselves, screaming that you had an identity.
Yeah, they're not exactly the
too,
best.
though.
artists.
Maybe we should embrace this whole having an identity thing, just run
Really
at
fuck
them
with
screaming,
them.
"I've got an opinion!"
No!
Oh God!
14.
I'm an individual.
We go to Kratok. Yeah, you start
I have hobbies.
I have likes and dislikes. Ah!
My favorite color's pink.
Yeah, so Kartak's gonna kind of run away into the bush here,
Nice.
or whatever this is.
Yeah, that is
I'll
definitely like
get
brush.
you blast this lizard,
All right.
which will be 14 to hit.
Let me just check the information. Yes, you do hit.
Or 1 point of damage.
Hell yeah. So you clip just this chunk off of it as it just looks over towards you.
And then
Goes, "Ew."
yeah. And then using my bonus action, I'll shout it, TK, rip them apart! To grant her Bardic Inspiration. So that's a D8 to attack roll, saving throw, or ability check for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, nice. It's just one use, right?
One use, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you inspire TK and clip a piece off of this lizard, and from Kratok, it goes to TK.
TK's just gonna whip around and brain blast that same one since it's probably an immediate threat to Alora. Probably should have moved. Yeah, something tells me that a 24 is going to hit.
Oh, just barely though. Just kidding. That's the person who's coming out the door.
Oh.
And that'll be an 8 damage for it.
So you blast just a chunk off of this large undead lizard. Is
Oh,
it
wait,
now-
shit, Kratok only did one damage. I
So now
forgot.
it's
I was
turning
like, yeah,
towards you.
I'm just gonna tap this thing right off, no problem.
They have low hit points, but there's just so many of them. It is a war of attrition. So, from TK, it goes to their go.
Uh-oh.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will indeed go to Alora.
Shit, where did that other one go?
He ran away.
It's trying to avoid a fireball.
Fair.
And this one is going to do a strength check to try to break through this hut because they don't believe in going around many things, just fire. And so it just starts shattering through this hut, and that's its turn, is it's just kind of like breaking through it.
Oh God! You made it through.
And Alora, what is your AC?
No.
No, that's not how this one works.
Try again.
16.
Oh, that's pretty good.
No, it's not.
That's a
Well, it's a
nice
15, so it bites down and just misses you. These large chompers just come down, clipping right in front of your face, and the smell is horrible. TK, and let's actually see. I think there is a cone here. Right?
Oh, stop doing that shit. Alright? I've got insane armor for a reason, and that's
Wait,
for
you're
people
fine.
that actually try to hit me.
It
I
can't
can use
reach
my-
you.
I can use my flash of genius and bump up your saving throw if you're doing poorly.
No, my saving throw is actually really good. I got a 5 in it, and I get an advantage.
What's wrong with deck stuff then? You said like you got
Because-
it handled.
Because otherwise I'm nearly invincible, but this stuff just whittles me down.
I'm nearly
Alright, so-
invincible until I'm not.
TK and Kratok both make me dexterity saving throws. Kratok, I will give you advantage because you have cover. You are in the bush.
Yeah.
I rolled pretty bad there. That's a 15.
I think that's
Got a
enough.
21.
21 and a 15. 15 is what you need. So
Nice.
you are only taking half damage as well.
Man.
So half of this, you each take 4 points of acid damage as you manage to get away with most of it, but some of it still sprays you, slowly burning.
How much did you say?
4.
4? Boo.
Weary, you are crouched near this hut. You are looking over as you're commanding this fireball. Looking up, you see these eyes just staring at you. It is no. And you're watching. Oh, this is actually the first time I had to pull this up in a bit. It's been a while. So we're gonna dip into some body horror. If this kind of thing isn't your jam, then I'll give you a couple seconds to take off your headphones. When I bring this back down, that means that the body horror is finished. So I'll give you a few seconds to get ready. All right. Weary. This Dwarven 2.0 is above you, and they just start ripping pieces of themselves off until they're revealing this black orb that is just pulsing inside of them. It's swirling. You can hear these whispers coming from it as you're just watching them rip more and more of their own skin, their muscle, their breaking bone, as you're seeing this thing just start to whisper towards you. And then you can hear it say, trust. And then, Weary, make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm not happy about that. Oh, I'm angry about that. Nobody says my character's ex-boyfriend's name but me. Wisdom, you said?
Yes.
That's a 13, but I'm going to use my flash of genius to give myself a +4. So that's one of my uses, so it's a 17 instead.
So you are not shaken. You are just taking psychic damage.
Ouch.
You just take 6 points of psychic damage as this Dwarven just falls dead in front of you, the orb disappearing. So what happened was the Dwarven just ripped itself apart, and there was a black orb swirling around inside of it, and it whispered to Weary, saying, trust. And then, Weary, you get hit with this just energy hitting right into you. And it just, you feel like a fear at first, but then it washes over you as you steel yourself, but you just feel this intense headache. Something was poking around in your head.
Oh, I don't like that.
So that one's gone.
Good.
And then the door.
Oh no.
Continue to attack the door.
The door we cannot see from this angle.
All right. Everyone make me perception checks. Because now Glyph is a little bit away from the door.
23.
15.
Wow.
I'm blowing my nat 20s for a nat 20 for a 29.
23.
Oh my goodness. Everyone's just really going for gold today. So
Bunch of tryhards, how dare we?
you all hear the door just suddenly shatter. And someone steps out. You can hear their voice going, I'm excited. It's been a while since Rezmir's let me fight something.
Oh, this isn't even Rezmir. This is like Rezmir's boy.
So, stepping out of there, you can all hear them coming out. Nobody can see them yet. But you do know that a number of creatures are pouring out of this chamber.
I think with a nat 20 for a 29, can I not calculate?
You know
The
where they
sound?
are. Like you know that they're.
Echolocate.
Yeah.
That's triangulated.
Triangulate it.
You know that they're pouring out of the door, but you don't know like how many there are or
Sure.
what they look like because you can't see through a wall. But you
Yes.
definitely know where they are. All right, so reinforcements are on the way, and we go from the monsters go to Weary.
All right, I'm gonna bank the fire orb off of this wall and spin it around and then have it smack into these 2 lizards.
Nice.
So it looks like a little fire TK has just started like Prince of Persia wall running on the wall and then like spins around and kicks the 2 lizards.
They got an 18.
Oh, that's good, actually. They take half damage, which is it's gonna be, they just take 4. I've already done the math for you. So they take 4 each.
All right.
And then for my full action, 5s are rough right now. They're also immune to fire, so that's not ideal. Okay. What I'm gonna do is, okay. I got this. I know what I can do with my spells. I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna mage hand the Dwarven into the fireball as well.
Okay. So that's strength saving
So
throw?
yeah, I'm gonna use my telekinetic shove and just grab and pull this one into the orb, and that's a 15 to save.
It did get a 15.
Oh no! So yeah, I'm not able to pull it forward.
So it digs its heels in. It's like the fire's coming closer and closer. Going, no! It's some of its little tentacles are starting to get singed, but it manages to avoid face diving into this mound of flame.
All right. Did the Dwarven come out of the hut?
No, it jumped on top and then ran over.
Okay. I'm gonna move into the brush.
Okay.
I'm gonna maybe I'll get a slightly better angle as to what's going on, and plus it gives me some cover. So, and that's gonna be my turn.
From Weary, it goes to Glyph.
Okay, this patch of greenery we're in, is this just like underbrush or is
Yeah.
it like trees?
It's like underbrush. Yeah.
It's just underbrush. Okay. And this shape and this shape, those are both huts, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Weary, you dive into the underbrush and Glyph's just suddenly there.
Geez, the Dwarvens can make you see memories you're not. Well, the Dwarvens can poke around your head and then die, which, as a combat tactic, not sure the advantage, but it is really creepy.
Oh, that is awful and I hate it.
Yeah, no.
Don't diss the DM's things; they'll make it worse.
No, this is
Sorry.
tactical
That's
combat.
30.
I saw that look of Lucas being like, I
Important
bet.
to discuss.
Okay. Yeah, I'm passing through the underbrush and I know that they're over there. I know that they're coming. With a 29%, with a natural 20 perception for that, could I possibly shoot at them with the phase bow at not disadvantage?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay. So I turn around and I'm just gonna fire off a shot just into that just massive sound that's coming towards us. Ooh, that might actually hit. A 16?
16. Are you okay? What are you aiming towards? Are you aiming towards the person who was talking, or are you aiming towards the just general mass of the creatures?
Just the general mass, because I'm pretty sure whoever
Okay.
that is has a higher
Yeah,
AC than 16.
then that hits.
Okay. So that's gonna be D8 plus 5.
Oh, and Lucas, I rolled concentration for when the Dwarven hit me. I still have my flaming sphere up.
8.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, nice. Yikes. Well, whatever I hit takes 9 damage.
9 damage.
Yes.
You can hear the wails of a Dwarven.
And I will say, as I'm passing through, not too loud, but I'm gonna say, Rezmir and more Dwarvens and some kind of worse monster are coming. Please seek higher ground. And I want to use my movement and try to get on top of this house.
Yeah, it's not very tall because it was made for Dwarvens who are quite hunched over.
Yes. Okay, and then I want to cunning action to hide.
Ah.
So I just like hop up there and I'm like flat against the rushes.
All right, roll me a
Whatever
hijack.
comes through that brush, I'm getting sneak attack. So. Oh wait, whatever I just hit should have gotten sneak attack too.
Then it's dead.
Oh.
Then it's definitely
Darn
dead.
it, no!
Why?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that
sorry
was
that you had to die. Your skin
was 10
so
extra.
perfect.
it was 10 extra damage.
That's what you hear.
Delayed. But yeah, that's what I do. That's where I am, and that's what I said. So if everyone wants to move,
All right. So Glyph, it goes to Alora. So Alora, there's a giant lizard. It's on fire and it's trying to eat you. And there's a Dwarven right near you as well.
You can keep lightning striking, I think, as long as they don't
No.
hit you. Yeah, it's concentration.
Yeah.
It's a bonus
That's
action.
the whole point of that big ass cloud that you made.
Yeah, as a bonus action, you can keep bringing down lightning bolts.
That is not what the thing says, but okay.
Call lightning?
What?
I think we had this conversation.
Oh, yeah, because it's up to 10 minutes. That's right.
Yeah.
I forget that's a thing. I'm so used to spells just being like, poof, now you're done. Yeah, we'll keep it going. Kind of just like as a freak out when I like scream, I'm just like, no! As it like gets near my face and just kind of zap it.
So I'm
Like,
guessing
no!
the two lizards have to make a save.
Yes.
They got 13. Nope, sorry, that's -2. They got 11.
Nice.
Yay. Okay, so then you failed. Oh, that means I get to keep the original damage too. And now I have to get that dice back out. I forgot that was a screw. I'm just gonna do 2.
We did it! Second wave. No!
I know. I know. 15 plus 9 plus 2, so that's 11. So 15 plus 11 is 26.
26, they are both obliterated. There is just lizard everywhere.
No.
My perfect creations! As the one Dwarven near you. I raised them from death!
As my bonus, I'm gonna like again like kick up some rocks and just kind of be like, come on, and like just kind of cast magic stone and like prep to aim at the.
Oh, that was your bonus action.
Was that one?
Yeah, so you still
I
have
thought
your
that
full
one
action.
counts.
No. Isn't it a bonus action? Call
Yeah,
lightning?
it's a bonus action to call lightning. You can do something else too.
Yeah, so
It's
like
like how I
it's,
can.
it's an
No.
action to start it, and then
Oh.
isn't
It
it?
says on each of my turns until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning in this way
Oh,
again,
okay.
targeting a
I'm
same
used
point
to
or a
my
different point.
fireball. You're good.
Okay.
So I'll prep like I'm gonna swing and be like, come on.
100% is gonna go right into it. Like, no fear. From Alora, it goes to Kratok.
Doc is gonna run up here. 4, 5, and 6. And he's gonna fire the We're Sorry series shotgun in the westward direction there, right at this Dwarven. He says, I'm really not sorry this time. And the DC is 16.
14, so full damage.
That'll do 15 points of damage.
The Dwarven just explodes everywhere. The We're Sorry series shotgun just does not apologize as it just obliterates this Dwarven. Anything else, Kratok?
That's all for now.
From Kratok, it then goes to TK. So TK, there's a lizard slowly maneuvering itself towards you.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what the band deals radiant damage against, because for some reason
That's abominations.
abominations
Yeah.
I'm assuming these things aren't abominations. They're just undead.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
So-
Dwarvens are abominations, though.
Yeah, but I mean we've been taking those things out pretty easy. So in that case, TK's going to pull out her drill spear, which she hasn't used in a minute, and launch that at the lizard.
Nice. So roll a ranged.
18.
18's a hit.
And with that, sorry, I've got like 1,000 pages up right now. Let's, yeah. 7, and that thing sticks in, if I remember correctly.
And just starts drilling.
Mm-hmm. So, yep.
So you just click the button, the spearhead just starts drilling forward, and you use your mind to hurl this at just frightening speeds. It slams into this lizard creature and just starts drilling into it while it doesn't even seem to notice as it's still trying to move forward towards you. From TK, it is their go. So the lizard, let's see, 10, 20, 30, because it's rough terrain. It's going to try to take a bite out of you.
Damn.
They have a big movement. 15.
Nope. Yeah, you only gotta get a mere 23.
Oh, only a 23?
Yep, TK's got a pretty impressive brain bubble.
So this creature goes to bite down, and you just stare at it, and like it holds its mouth open, shaking, and then just backs away a little bit. And from 23 AC, we go to the other baddies. So let's see. These are all just going to do double movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. So you see there's just like some of these large, they're just gigantic frogs. They're just leaping along and moving. You see that they have these runes that are like burned into the sides of their heads as they're moving forward towards all of you. And you hear the clinking of metal as this individual just walks ahead of everyone. When they step onto the water, you watch as the water freezes each place they step. Their entire lower jaw is comprised out of steel. This ghoul is walking forward in this full plate armor. They have this massive greatsword that they take off of their back. They're staring at all of you. These sickly yellow eyes are looking at you. The skin stretched tight. Their hair is just faint wisps of what it once was. They have these pointed ears. They look at all of you and just shriek as you look above you, and all the little black orbs that were inside these dwarvens have just been slowly accumulating above. And that's what we're gonna call it.
Ah!
Ooh!
Fucking spirit bomb.
You
Oh,
found
cool.
Ironjaw!
Ironjaw!
It was supposed to encounter you at Greenest, but it just got too wild.
Who's that villain? It's Ironjaw!
Supposed
He
to...
like he knows us, and she's like, the Randos. We're like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. I finally encounter you. I'm
I've been
sorry.
waiting years to face you.
You're
Don't
more
know
of
who
a
you
random
are.
situation.
Are we like friends?
Did
we
I
go to
meet you in
college
Transmedia?
together?
Were you in the fight?
Were you in the tubes?
Yeah, you were in it too, weren't you? We were two buddies.
It was tubular back then.
So did you all have fun
Oh,
Yes.
that was a blast.
attempting a stealth mission?
Every time.
All
You know
right.
what? TK is not even blaming her just having like being bad at stealth there. No, she just thinks that her personality is too powerful. They can just sense it.
Honestly, you got 2 of them, so I mean, you got just double personality, and that scares the
Yeah.
hell out of them.
Yeah, I know. Like they just sensed it, and that's why she was just standing still instead of doing anything. She's like, well, maybe they won't notice me.
Oh dear God.
Well, I'm glad we all got to use a battle map, and we're learning to utilize Roll20's full potential after a year
So powerful.
of using Roll20. We are now using its little things. Look, even the glyph has a little hidden symbol. That's nice. I'm learning all these things about Roll20. Oh, this was fun. I'm so happy we finally got here. I have so many plot points and characters and all sorts of things that are going to be here, but very excited to look forward to it. All right, let's just go ahead, go around the table. Anything that you want to recommend, wherever we can find you, any additional projects you have going on, anything like that, go ahead and plug them here. I've been your GM for the evening. You can find me. I run the Ballad of the 7 Dice Twitter. That's at Ballad7Dice. We also have all the other social media stuffs. And so my spouse has taken over a lot of the social media management, which has given me the sacred thing called free time, which just means I can now handle all the other things I was doing. So very excited. But I also run a podcast for Ballad of the 7 Dice. It is about a group of heroes that are they're all taken from different worlds and dimensions and brought to the Forgotten Realms as an eldritch war has been slowly consuming the planet. A lot of fun. We just had an audio drama special 2-3 weeks ago that a number of the cast were in, and so many other people from different actual plays. Check that out. It was really fun working on it. And now the party has actually just arrived at the castle where the Duke was right at the end. So I am excited to finally get that rolling. Also, if you want, check out our Patreon. We have Patreon, tons of bonus stuff on there. We have one-shots, audio dramas, lore-sodes. Haven't been able to post anything lately, but I actually have something that's going to be going up very, very soon, probably within the next week. So check it out. It's only $1. You can join the Patreon, all sorts of cool stuff on there. My recommendation, you've probably seen me post on Twitter about it. So go listen to Control Group. They have all sorts of amazing systems on there. I've actually, when we played our special, the sort of fantasy western that we did for the season 2 prologue, it's because I actually heard them play Gunsight on Control Group. So you can hear all sorts of amazing systems. They have links to it. They talk about how it all works, all that good stuff. So check out Control Group. It's a lot of fun. Ian.
Hi, everybody. You can find me, Ian, on Twitter at Ian_Caliente, where I've been pretty quiet on the social media front because I've been having to deal and take care of and make sure that life is going okay. But I'm on my way out of that, and everybody's doing okay. So you can find me on social media then. If I also have some projects coming up, I'm going to be in I'm trying to remember the name of it, a Call of Cthulhu game called Beyond the Crumbling Veil. It's going to come out in podcast form soon. I'm going to be, it's set in the 1920s, so I will be playing a Jungian, I'm going to be playing a psychoanalyst in like 1930s from the Jungian school of work. So that's going to be a blast because I get to, be the worst kind of therapist, which is a therapist in the past. And that's going to be really fun for me. But other than that, just all the usual stuff that I would like to plug is everybody else's cool things.
What group is that special happening on?
That is going to be through Pseudonym Social. So it's through Brianna, if you've seen her playing in Nostradamus Corp Gradient Descent. It's her podcast like network situation, but she's playing. She's not jamming this time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where there's a lot happening, actually. Most of it this last week was me screaming about having a sinus infection, which I am slowly but surely finally getting to the tail end of. So yay. I am enjoying spring break, so there's not a whole lot of like, haha, my kids did this today. So enjoy the respite, I guess. One of the things I am going to be heavily boosting is a Kickstarter that just launched today. It is called the Deimos Academy. And let me throw all of my stuff on there. There we go. It is a really, really interesting kind of game, and it's about a game of adults returning to face the cursed boarding school that terrified them as children. And players are the adults who must attend a reunion at the school. With no clear recollection or memories of what their childhood was like at school, they slowly discover that there was a monster that lurks beneath as they uncover more and more of their old memories. This is a horror collaborative storytelling role-playing game that uses a coloring book and dice. Players will be building the story together, remembering things from the character's past and attempting to overcome their fears as like the ones they had as children. There's lots of really cool, fun little pledges where you get the digital ones or you get like a little actual physical copy and stuff. And it has like those old paper like fashion tracing plates. If anybody else had those, I don't know. I lived off my mom's like 90s and 80s stuff when she was a kid. But those little fashion plates some of us might have had as kids, it's kind of like that where they have like little pieces of clothing that you can color and like put onto your characters, like the school uniforms and stuff. So it's kind of fun. I'm excited. I backed it. They just launched it today and are already at 118 backers and almost at 5K out of their $15,000 goal. So we've got 29 days to go. If you know Sailor Scout Austin or Banana Chan, and I actually don't know the last one, but Amanda Call, they got to do all this work on it. And like I said, it just launched today and is already doing pretty well. So help spread the word, back $1 if you want to help you keep it going. It's awesome. I also have a Wednesday game I am a part of, and that is over on the Critical Misses channel where we get to do all kinds of Regency era gay shit. As you would say in the Regency era. And so there's lots of plot twists and subplots and secrets and all this fun stuff. Tomorrow's big thing is that we are all having a massive outing to an opera gala that was supposed to be a date I was supposed to have, and it turned into like 7 people going. So it's gonna be a mess, and it's gonna be
it's like a
so
date in
much
high
fun.
school.
Yep.
Great thing.
It's gonna be so much fun, and really, really awkward for almost everyone involved. So feel free to hop in. I think it's at 7 p.m. Like I said, I'm really bad with time zones. My call is at 6:30 Central, so usually about 6:45, 7 o'clock is when we're live. If you follow the channel, you'll get the alerts. I am also retweeting all of that information as well. Fingers crossed, candles lit that I get a new job this next year. There's a couple of interviews I should have lined up next week. And that I also get to have another game interview this week. That'll take up my Mondays if I get in. And so there's that. And then if I impress Lucas enough, I'll get to be in the other game that he forgot to mention about.
Listen, I set up 25 interviews, all right?
Yeah, and you got
I
a
think
2-for-1
you're all
with my
set.
partner and I.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be lots of stuff. I'm soon to have no evening life, so oops. But yeah, keep an eye out on that post. I'll eventually have to update my pin tweet. I'm sober, I promise. I'm just tired. Tweet and yeah, follow Lucas's stuff because he's always posting casting calls.
It is true. Okay, we go to Jess. I just closed everything.
Hey, hi everybody. I'm Jess. I'm art_fantastical on the social medias.
Come on.
I always have unfinished art that I'm like, I'm gonna post it soon, but who knows? Mine's not so much as a promo, kind of the opposite of that. Don't breathe in ice in the middle of a stream. It's awful. Don't do that. Not recommended. 0 out of 10. Don't do that to yourself. Not fun. But I do want to recommend, we've shouted them out before because they're great. I'm just going to recommend Critical Bits because it's amazing.
Aww.
It's a mask system, superhero shenanigans, just 3 weird teen superheroes getting into trouble in a very weird town. And it's a great show, and friend of the show, Joel, runs it. And gosh, they're on like episode 84 or something, but it's really easy to get caught up because it's a fun listen, and Eve was in it as the wonderful Jodo. So yeah, if you're not already listening to Critical Bits, go give it a listen.
You can hear about amazing superpowers like one I helped suggest called skeleportation, where they actually teleport people's skeletons into other people.
Bad. It's bad.
It's bad to look at.
Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve. You can find me on the Twitter at Copper Harpy. That is Copper is in the middle, Harpy is in the bird monster. Meg did not do it. Thank you.
It's yours once more.
It's only because I was distracted, so wait until next week.
Yesterday I ran the first session of Magnum Opus. I was very nervous. I'm not used to doing a live stream game where there's much less room for fucking up. But I had fun. I think I'll be a little bit more relaxed next session once we get into the terrible things that are happening to people.
Woo.
The next one's on the 28th at 7 p.m. Central. Other than that, I've been listening to a lot of your Kickstarter Sucks, which is a podcast about shitty Kickstarters. So that's been fun. There's a good backlog. And Young Sheldon Cast started up again, which is a podcast about Young Sheldon where the run rule is that you cannot watch Young Sheldon.
It's a good rule.
They go through. They're essentially just trying to guess what the show is about based off of the episode promos.
I like it.
So far, Young Sheldon is a alien. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. It's a good time.
I have to say, Eve, you did a great job yesterday. If you want to watch somebody panic in real time, check out Rise of Nyarlathotep episode 1, where you can watch me panic in real time as I'm trying to get a stream moving, and I've never done it before.
Thank you, Lucas, for producing that. I appreciated it.
That's a lot of fun. Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason_42 here on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I actually posted for the first time probably ever, just about, because I don't really use it that much, if I'm being honest, but I made some Dragon Dog adjacent things and tried them out. So if you want to check that out, that's over there. Spoiler, they're actually pretty good, but not as gross as they sound. The pickles and the peanut butter fucking work, okay? It's good.
I have the video up.
Aside from that, I went and had some really good chicken parm yesterday. So shout out to chicken parm. It's great. It's the best food there that exists, period.
Oh, the videos on the stream.
Yeah.
We got Lady Bible gets her tank after all.
Oh my god, yeah!
Oh, great.
So we completed both of our community goals. Nostradamus Corporation, a redacted event happens. And I'm excited because I knew that if I just put redacted, everybody would fund it. So very, very excited to see what happens there. And we also got Lady Bywood gets a tank. We all know that Eve secretly wants to blow up a tank with her mind.
Secretly.
And TK is very open about wanting to blow up a tank with her mind. So
she hates Lady Bywood by proxy of Glyph.
Yeah.
So
very excited.
absolutely down.
There's also some behind-the-scenes talk of it actually being Lady Bywood gets a Gundam, but I don't know.
We're pretty close. We almost fulfilled Ian's dream of playing Lancer, but not yet.
Close.
No!
We'll split it down the middle. It'll be a spider tank.
You know what? I have a good history with spider tanks. So you can ask.
This
you
is
can
true.
ask Lucas.
It killed me.
Fully bisected, I'm pretty sure.
So thank you very much for joining us. make sure to come on by next Tuesday. We'll be doing another fun giveaway, so hop on by next Tuesday. We are going to continue this fight with Ironjaw, and the Randos will hopefully make it into the facility. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Can't wait to see you next week. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.